The old grandfather clock in the hall chimed midnight, each gong echoing the frantic beat of Eleanor's heart. Upstairs, her husband, Arthur, was sound asleep, his gentle snores a familiar, comforting rumble that tonight felt like a ticking clock. Downstairs, a floorboard creaked. It was him, Leo. He was climbing the stairs, one cautious step at a time, each sound a hammer blow against the silence of the grand house. Eleanor pressed her hand against her mouth, stifling a gasp. This was madness, utter, complete madness. Arthur was a good man, a kind man. He'd given her everything. This sprawling estate, a life of comfort, a name respected in high society. But he hadn't given her the one thing she craved. A spark, a fire that made her feel alive. Leo, the young, penniless artist Arthur had commissioned to paint her portrait, had ignited that fire with a single, lingering glance. Their affair had started with stolen moments in the garden, hushed whispers in the library, and hands that brushed for a second too long. It was exhilarating, a dangerous dance on the edge of a cliff, but tonight was different. Leo had sworn he couldn't live without her, that he would come for her, and they would run away together, leaving this gilded cage behind. Eleanor had dismissed it as the passionate rambling of a young lover. She never thought he'd actually do it. Now, his footsteps were on the landing, just outside her bedroom door. The doorknob began to turn slowly, silently. Her breath hitched. On one side of the door was her placid, predictable life with Arthur. On the other, a wild, uncertain future with Leo. The door swung open and Leo stood there, silhouetted by the moonlight pouring through the hall window. His eyes found hers across the dimly lit room, full of desperate hope. He beckoned to her. But then, from the bed, Arthur stirred. He mumbled her name in his sleep, Eleanor, and rolled over. In that instant, everything crystallized for Eleanor. The face of the man who had cared for her, protected her, and loved her in his own quiet way. She looked back at Leo, the thrill of the forbidden moment suddenly replaced by a cold wave of clarity. She slowly, deliberately, shook her head. Leo's face fell, a mask of disbelief and heartbreak. With one last, longing look, he turned and vanished back into the shadows as silently as he had come. Eleanor sank onto the chaise lounge, the adrenaline leaving her weak. The grandfather clock chimed again, marking the end of one chapter and the quiet, uncertain beginning of another. She had made her choice. Now she would have to live with it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe for more.